Lucania winning in '87 was quite big. The previous year, Canada had just qualified for the World Cup, and 1987 was the first year of the Canadian Soccer League. It only served to help the sport grow, created a lot of excitement for the sport.
The fact that it was in Manitoba was actually pretty unique, I found out. Little Manitoba hanging in there, you know, for them to actually be in this championship and be the Manitoba representative and then go on to win all their games in that championship and become the champions was a huge deal. For the players, as they were going, I got the feeling they always believed in themselves, but you know, that can only go so far. You have to put that together on the field.
The impact that Lucania winning the Nationals had was immense on the local soccer community.
To have local guys do great things on the national scene, that was a pretty big deal.
With the Canadian Soccer League opening its doors, there were a lot of players that wanted to try that level or try to see if they could reach that level. There were a lot of Lucania players that were on the bubble or were close to it, maybe weren't able to make the team at the present time, but would go on to make the team in the future. They were quite lucky to put together all these talented players to try to achieve that goal, and the result was a national championship.
I recall specifically that it was Kevin Methot that was the hero of the game and the goaltender Steve Hooper, but Kevin Methot scored the lone goal, the winning goal.
Kevin Methot was an incredible teammate. He worked for the team, played hard, had a positive attitude. He was a great role model for any of the young kids that were watching Lucania play.
I can remember Vinny Sarter. He was a pure goal scorer for them.
Vinny was the maestro behind the scenes. He was a treat to watch, and a lot of players such as myself tried to emulate him, having watched him play. John Bailey, an incredibly skillful player that played out in the wing from Scotland, which meant that you could hardly understand his English, but you could see that he knew the language of soccer on the field. Lucania was never shy of giving young players opportunities. So at the time, they were able to call up 3 youth players by the name of Kevin Antonio, Bill Ezzard, and Marno Olofsson. So these kids were 16 and 17 years of age, and they gave them the opportunity to play at the highest possible amateur level. And all 3 would go on to play for the Winnipeg Fury at some point.
And these were all guys that were key players with the Lucania soccer team when they won the Canadian Championship.
The leaders were Steve Hooper and Chris Harris and Vinny Sartor, unquestionably. They helped cultivate a really good family feel. The team would celebrate after games by going out for pizza that manager Mike Nardiello and the owner Joe Rondinoni would supply, and they would really make it not just a team, but it was actually a family. I'd like to congratulate the 1987 national champions, Winnipeg Lucania Football Club, for their induction into the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame.
I'd like to congratulate Lucania Soccer Club, well deserved, and welcome to the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame.